Hello, my name is Dr. Christopher Nagy. I'm the Superintendent of Schools for the Bergen County Institute of Technology and Bergen County Special Services School Districts. Today's Leadership Spark is entitled The Art of Asking Questions. As a leader, I often find myself asking a lot of questions, and for different reasons. According to Tom Pullman and Nethe Mary Thomas in their article, Relearning the Art of Asking Questions, they provide an outstanding four-quadrant model that is located right behind me, that is comprised of four different types of questions that leaders ask that represent four different functions. Having an understanding of the four types of questions adds an element of strategy and execution for leaders. The four types of questions are clarifying questions, to understand more what was said. Can you tell me more? Adjoining questions, seek to link the present to how this would apply to a different context. Funneling questions, allowing one to do a deeper dive to get to the assumptions, root causes, and how it was derived. And last, elevating questions, helps one to zoom out and to see connections between multiple problems. In essence, questions are strategic in that they affirm what was once already known or positions one wants to learn, what he does not know and needs to know and understand. As a leader, I have found myself in precarious situations where I assumed a person was telling me the truth or all of the information that I needed to know to make an informed decision, only later to realize that I did not ask the right types of questions and left myself or the organization exposed. Leaders learn quickly from their mistakes, and many times not without some pain. This is why models are important, because they provide a blueprint to recall when in various situations and a solution that is needed, that model appears. In the May-June edition of this last year's Harvard Business Review, there's an article by two Harvard business professors, Leslie John and Allison Wood Brooks, entitled The Surprising Power of Questions. Interestingly enough, these authors highlighted that most people do not ask enough questions to learn about a topic, the person, or group, and miss out on valuable insights or potentially the loss of an exchange opportunity. Questions allow one to learn more about what is in another's head. Furthermore, there's a social and emotional connection that is developed when asking questions, which in essence allows for a connection between the question, the asker, and that of the recipient. Not only is there an information exchange, but the questions demonstrate an interest in the other person and what she has on her mind. To a certain extent, questions demonstrate that one cares about the other person to learn more about that person and what she is thinking. Last, once there's a connection with that other person, questions can be used to persuade others to see different points of view. This is often done in sales. Yet, the authors found in their research that people often do not make the connection to the power behind questions to like, persuade, or enter into information exchange. They often are oblivious. As a result, people and leaders fail to ask enough questions or the right types of questions, like noted earlier. Once one understands the benefits to be derived by asking questions, the world of questions gains more traction as a valuable tool. We've all been there. Sometimes we want to learn very discrete bits of information and ask closed-ended questions, which do not require a high level of cognitive thinking. Where on the other hand, we have had opportunities to ask open-ended questions, which allows another to respond more freely and provide more information. Often people stay in the yes or no and search for discrete factual information and miss out on the opportunity to have a rich exchange. I often can tell how well-versed a person is by the types of questions they are asked. And leaders tend to ask more probing and thought-provoking questions, otherwise known as higher-order thinking questions, to spark a healthy and productive exchange of ideas and deeper dive where both in dialogue learn from one another. In his 1936 well-known business book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie made a point to the reader to be a good listener and ask questions the other person will enjoy answering. People enjoy talking about themselves, their work, and their successes. Fast forward more than 80 years since his classic book, Carnegie's advice is seldom heeded. We often leave conversations on the table without having asked enough questions, or not the right types of questions. Perhaps we will be wise to take a page out of the ancient Greece and Roman times. In ancient philosophy, at times, the questioner acts as the proverbial midwife who draws the information out of the person by the way of Socratic method or the questioning method. Subsequently, there is much to be learned by the types of questions we ask. The more we craft good questions, the better quality responses we receive. That is why it is an art form and is only perfected over time. Some questions to ponder for today. Have you ever left a conversation and found yourself kicking yourself because you did not ask enough questions? Have you had the questioning techniques as a result of this particular spark? Could that change the next time you ask some questions? To what extent do you engage the listener through thoughtful questions to learn more about the person, their work, and what they are thinking? Where do you spend most of your time when questioning others? Short answers or probing and thought-provoking to bring out the most of a person? If not the latter, what is your strategy to prepare more for conversations? And last, great leaders spend a lot of their time crafting the right types of questions to gain the most from conversations. How much preparation do you do prior to important meetings or classroom teaching to ask the thought-provoking and deep dive questions of the questions to capture what others know and how they think?